Welcome back everyone. Well guys, training camp has officially begun and Russell Westbrook remains a Laker, but does that really mean they haven't gotten any better? According to some, that is pretty much exactly what it means. There are those that believe that until Westbrook is traded, the Lakers cannot hope to go anywhere. They can't make the playoffs, they can't hope to win a series, and they might not even make it beyond the play-in tournament either. That is the ultimate pessimistic approach to their upcoming season, and it's not only fans who believe that, but major media outlets too. According to ESPN and their stat-based win projections, the Lakers will win below 37 games and will finish outside the top 8 in the Western Conference. Is that really a fair projection though? Well, that will obviously depend on who you ask, though I do not tend to agree with that. Now, don't get me wrong here, that does not mean I think they're going to win a championship or anything like that, nor do I think they're guaranteed to do that even if they did trade Russ, but I do think they're better than many tend to believe. And in today's video, we're going to talk about why there is reason to be optimistic about them, backed by both numbers and from what we've seen from them thus far. Before we do that though, I would genuinely appreciate it if you could drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit that notification bell to get updated right away when I drop a new video. Without further ado though, let's dive right into it, and we'll begin by talking about their defense. In my opinion, their defense is without a doubt the area they improved in most, and they appear to be getting back to what made them such a good team. They ended up finishing as the 9th worst team on defense last season, and at times, they looked much worse than even that. And there were two big things that really contributed to that, with number 1 being their age, and then number 2 being their lack of defensive-minded players. Having a relatively old and offensive-oriented team definitely hurt their defense. They dealt with fatigue, injuries, and overall lack of defensive commitment. However, it's safe to say that will no longer be an issue for them. They decided to go in the complete opposite direction compared to their prior team. They got younger, more athletic, and added both defensive-minded players and a defensive-minded head coach, all of which will contribute to their improvement. Although, it will all come down to how they incorporate their defense. They need to find a way to take advantage of their strengths, while at the same time hiding their weaknesses. Again, they definitely got better on defense, but they are by no means perfect, and the big challenge for them will be overcoming their small backcourt. Because if they let it, their lack of height will become a problem, and in order to prevent that, they need to get creative. Now, there are different schemes that can be done to achieve that, but one thing that I'm a big advocate for is playing full court defense more often. They rarely, if ever, did that last season, and largely due to not having the right personnel to do it with. If we look back to prior years though, that was something they did fairly often, with guys like Caldwell Pope, Alex Caruso, a younger version of Avery Bradley, and even with Dennis Schroeder as well. And now with Schroeder being back, along with the addition of Patrick Beverley, they have two great options to play full court defense, both of which love doing it too. I am a big fan of the idea of having Schroeder and Beverley play full court defense, and if they're lucky, they might even be able to teach Lonnie Walker how to do that effectively too. Then when you throw in improved wing defense, improved rim protection, and all around having more committed defenders, it's hard to deny that they did not improve. In reality, Juan Toscano-Anderson is a better wing defender than anyone they had last season, and while that is not to say that he is a lockdown defender, he is a notable improvement over Wayne Ellington, Kent Bazemore, and Trevor Ariza. I mean, even Troy Brown Jr. is significantly better than them as well. Now, I do worry about their wing depth a little bit, but it's without a doubt an improvement nonetheless. And I truly believe they are capable of becoming a top 10 defense. That will depend on their ability to stay healthy of course, but they definitely have made significant improvements. But now moving on to evaluating their offense. And although they may have prioritized their offense last season, that does not mean they were a good offensive team. In fact, they might have been even worse on offense compared to defense. It's a pretty sad argument either way, and it wouldn't take much for them to improve. I don't believe they improved as much compared to what they did on defense, but I do think they made some improvements here as well, with the biggest one coming through their added youth. And while that might not sound like an important aspect of offense, it certainly can be when you have LeBron and Westbrook on your team, both of which need players who will run the court with them. And other than Malik Monk, they did not lose anyone who ran the court very well, but they were able to add a number of players who are great in the open court. And it's really throughout their entire team as well. They added a great open court point guard and shooter, an athletic freak in Lonnie Walker at shooting guard, 2 quick, athletic wings in Troy Brown and JTA, and then 2 bigs who like to run the court in Thomas Bryant and Damian Jones. They tried to play into an up-tempo styled offense last season, but it ended up hurting them more than it helped them, and primarily due to their lack of young, energetic players. Although, I don't think that'll be a problem for them anymore. They now have the ability to play fast, and do it without directly hurting their defense too. Unfortunately, I cannot say that their 3-point shooting improved, though I would say that their off-ball movement did. They still of course have Westbrook, but they were able to add a number of good off-ball movers. And a player can be an off-ball threat without being a great 3-point shooter, if they know when to make backdoor cuts, are effective off-ball screeners, and know where to be on offense at all times. They can make up for their lack of 3-point shooting. And it's not like they don't have any 3-point shooting at all either. Patrick Beverley is a near 38% career 3-point shooter, Kendrick Nunn shot over 38% during his final healthy year, and Cole Swider has been showing elite 3-point shooting potential. And not to mention that they finally added another floor spacing big as well. They overlooked the importance of Marc Gasol, and hopefully Thomas Bryant can bring some of that back. Again, I would prefer that they had a bit more 3-point shooting, but I still believe they can improve on offense without it, and quite possibly due to an overlooked factor. It might not be the first thing you think of, but better rebounding could help them as well, both on offense and defense too. And there is no doubt about their ability to improve their rebounding either. Simply being able to play big again will help them alone. They now have a center who can play on offense with Westbrook and Thomas Bryant, and then a younger, more athletic big in Damian Jones too. Between the two of them, they will be able to fill about 30 to maybe even 35 minutes per game, and that will help them tremendously in the rebounding department. If the Lakers can become a top 10 or even better rebounding team again, which I do believe and even expect them to be able to do, then that will be another way for them to improve. And given the ultra small ball lineups they played into last season, it's not hard to believe that they can or will improve either. To wrap everything up here though, I think the Lakers are being a bit overlooked. They are by no means a championship level team, but they are certainly better than given credit for. They arguably improved in every area, definitely on defense and with rebounding, and then very likely on offense too. Most importantly though, they simply built a better fitting team. It's not perfect, but it's a significant upgrade over what they had. What do you guys think though? Do you believe the Lakers are better than given credit for? And what kind of record do you predict they will finish with? Let me know your thoughts by commenting down below and we can talk about it there. That will do it for this video though. Big thank you to those of you who took the time to watch until the end of this video, and until the end of all of my videos in general. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and turn on notifications to get notified right away when I drop a new video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.